Jonas, I know last night's not an excuse, the back-to-back and all that, because everyone plays back-to-backs, but was there a bit of an emotional letdown after that game last night that may have carried over into this one?
I don't know. We can look for excuses. We can look for reasons, but it's on us. It's on us tonight. It was embarrassing. We didn't come out with the energy. We didn't play our game. So we got to be better. Simple as that. I know it's not easy to do, but yeah, we got to find energy. We got to find our style of play and be better.
Was it pretty expected that they were going to try to run you guys most of the night?
Well, again, as I said earlier, we got to be ready. We got to be ready. We weren't ready today. I don't know what happened. Yeah, we can find a lot of excuses, but I ain't gonna cut it.
You guys had taken a lot of defensive steps post All-Star break, and then kind of obviously didn't execute on that end tonight. What do you feel like was the difference there?
Well, they made it shots. They made a run. Fast break. A lot of areas we didn't cover right. So we got to come back, watch the film, see where we can get better, and not repeat the same mistakes as we did today.
The Knicks are known for being a physical basketball team. I know that's your game with the physicality, but how do you assess your teammates, the rest of this roster, and their ability to handle a physical team like New York?
Well, we're a physical team too. We got physicality. We play tough. As I said, we gotta come back and see where we made the mistakes. Film gonna show what we did wrong. So it's the best coach's film.
Like you said, this was an unacceptable loss, and being new to the team, how comfortable are you with voicing that to your teammates?
I think we all feel the same. We all have this locker room is full of competitors. Guys who really want to win, and that's why they're here. So I don't think we need to voice it that much. We all feel the same way, and I think we all on the same page, and we all got to be better. Thank you, guys.
Malik, just first off, how are you feeling coming back, that first action after the toe?
Shit, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Feel good, though.
And just where did you kind of see this one go wrong? Obviously, physical team likes to run, taking advantage of maybe the schedule for you guys, 3 games in 4 nights.
Yep, maybe a little bit of that, but they just outworked us. Came in, like you said, was out physicaling us. And yeah, man, they just punked us tonight. We didn't get no loose balls. They was beating us to every loose ball. So yeah, they just outplayed us tonight.
Malik, outside of tonight, team's been playing pretty well over the last handful of games. What's been your perspective on that from the bench, not being out there with them, but what the team's doing well and how you feel you can build on that?
Yeah, we were not getting pushed around like we did tonight. Everybody was flying around. Everybody was talking. We was all on the string moving at once. We kind of took a step back tonight. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
League, obviously a tough 2 games, but after a disappointing loss like this, what do you take from this moving forward?
Not to feel this feeling again, especially this late in the season. This is a tough race, man, in the West right now. So a loss like this can either turn your season around or go downhill. So I feel like we're gonna turn it around with this. Talk to the guys, and yeah, we got to figure it out.
Malik, you left at the end of the third quarter. Did you aggravate the toe, or was there something else going on?
Yeah, no, it just felt weird. Just go to get it checked out.
And it was okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you since the Spurs were here. Haven't talked to you since then. There's a video of you and Rasay going back and forth a little bit. Do you want to comment on what that was about at all?
Comment on what?
Just the conversation. It looked like confrontation, even.
Confrontation? No. That's just how we talk to each other. But I'm here to talk about basketball, man. I'm not here to talk about what me and Rasay was talking about.
Malik, while you were away from the team, like a lot of things started to click a little bit. How do you figure out ways to sort of put your flavor into what's happening there?
Yeah, get people more involved. I feel like because we get a little stagnant on the on offensive end. So I got to just give up myself scoring wise to make plays for other guys, just to get the ball moving, get everything flowing together. And I feel like that'll get our defense better because you can't really run when you're taking the ball out the net. You don't really feel good on defense when you're not making shots too. So all of that play a little bit together. But I feel like I'm gonna sacrifice myself a little more with the scoring and just get everybody else involved.
And playing New York tonight, did you feel like having them just a few weeks ago in the Garden? Was it similar in any way, the way they've kind of game planned against you guys?
Yes and no. We had a few. The team was a little different then, so game plan was a little different. But they kind of did the same thing. They roughed us up there a little bit too, and yeah, they did their job.
Obviously, tonight's a little bit of a hiccup, but you guys have been playing really well offensively in a slower pace. How much do you feel like that is part of like the changing identity as you guys figure out what works offensively?
Yeah, man, we got a great ISO score with Debo, another great ISO score with Zach. That's just us trying to fill out each other and just figure out what's working. You always can't play slow. You always can't play fast. So we got to find the middle ground. And I think we've been doing a good job at that. So we got to turn it around and Golden State.
Keegan seems a lot more assertive, at least recently. It also seems like there's an effort to get him more involved early in the game. What have you is that been a coaching game plan of let's get Keegan some touches, or is he commanding the ball more? What have you noticed just from the last handful of games with him?
Yeah, I feel like he guard the best player every night. So you got to give him some at some point because sometimes he only shoots the ball 8 times. So we try to give him confidence on that end so he can go down and do what he do on defense, which is guard the best player every night and do a great job on him. He's been doing that all season. So, yeah, we just try to give him his confidence on both ends.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Not us. Messaging to them. There's absolutely no excuses in this league. The league does not care about back-to-backs, injuries, nothing. But that was brutal from the physicality standpoint. They didn't feel us at all, and our guys know that is totally unacceptable. Whether we had whoever is out on the floor, doesn't matter. So. Yeah, we didn't reach where we want to in threes, spraying the basketball. We didn't reach where we want to in assists. And then we just did not have the level of physicality that we want to. So we must be better. 26-6 in fast break points. It's just, it's not us. Take care of the basketball and play smart basketball. Yeah.
Doug, just frustration level or concern level with you on the way that your team came out tonight, and like how do you fix that for Thursday's game?
I mean, more frustration than being worried about it. I know these guys; they're going to come play. The reality is, you got to back all those things. Those aren't excuses. It's a reality. But for us, that doesn't mean anything. We're going to have to put guys on the floor that are going to play with a high level of energy, match and exceed the physicality, period. That's just how it's going to be. But as far as worry, no, I'm not worried. Frustrated as hell, but not worried, yeah.
Doug, where'd you see, obviously them, season high 22 threes from the. What'd you see from you guys from the perimeter trying to defend them?
Many times when you match up in our league, especially in the analytics era, guys are like, okay, we're going to live with that. And Josh knocking down threes, and he hasn't been knocking them down at a high clip. When guys do that, it puts a battery in the back of other people, and then all of a sudden everyone's making threes. Disappointed with some of the inability to make them move because they go down like 12 or 14% when they put the ball on the deck. And these are all things that we talked about, but executing game plan is different. You got to get out there and you got to execute it. A lot of times they were just driving head down to the basket and saying, do something about it. And that's what we want to do, is put the ball down, kick it out, and let our guys shoot threes, and we did not do that tonight. Yeah.
Doug, I wonder what you thought about Malik being back, and then just the rhythm of the team. You know, it's only 3 games without him, and he's so ingrained, but not everybody is. And so
Yeah.
when you've got, you know, the new pieces you're dealing with, and then even with just a 3-game absence, can that disrupt things a little bit, bringing him back in?
It's part of what happens. I mean, then we're going to have Domas coming back. Like, since I've sat in this seat, you know, the airplane's in the air, but we're fixing it while it's in the air. And you just have to understand that that's why, you know, up there I told them 0 excuses, man. I don't want to hear excuses. This is reality. This is our league. This is what happens. You have to find your rhythm. That's why a lot of times you play for your teammate until you find your rhythm. You don't have to push to find your rhythm, especially when you got the type of offensive firepower that we have. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, draw, kick, relocate, and help each other get wide open looks. We didn't do that. This is one of the best ISO defensive teams in the league, and if you dribble, and the refs are, you know, they're a physical bunch, a handsy bunch, very similar to what I would like to see for our team as far as a physicality, in your face style. And you have to find your rhythm by helping your teammates, setting good screens, rolling out of them, slipping out of them, putting it on the deck, drive, kick, swing, relocate, make the defense work as opposed to getting on one side and allowing them to be physical and stall you out.
Coach Malik kind of talked about sacrificing himself in some shots, sounds like, to be a better playmaker. Is that something that you're, you know, preaching to him to do, like you said a little bit earlier?
Yeah, it's not just Malik. I mean, it's everybody. You know, if they're going to blitz Zach, just make it super simple. Pass it ahead, the roller's in the pocket. Our rollers are big and talented. You know, Jonas is huge. Domas is very talented when he gets in the pocket downhill. Let them make the play. Once that happens, now they're going to have to adjust, and we didn't put pressure on them to make them adjust. They to their credit, and you have to give them credit, they stalled us out in many ways, and it's not anything that we didn't cover. You know, through walkthrough, we talked about a lot of this, but you know, it's one thing to talk about it, and it's one thing to be about it, and we weren't tonight.
DC, you just touched on this a little bit. You have 2 really gifted isolation scorers in DeRozan and Levine. You've also talked about wanting to have a kind of a free-flowing offense, not drop plays or anything like that.
No, we draw plays.
Well, okay, but
Okay,
what is
stated right.
what is the balance with letting them rock and letting them do their thing in isolation and wanting them to move the basketball out of those spots? Where's that balance?
Well, the balance is breaking the shot clock down into 3 sections. The first section is transition and flow. So that's 8 seconds. The second is getting ourselves into sets if that first flow isn't there. And then the last 8 seconds is when you get to your business, because that's what they do. That's what they get paid to do. But to get there, you got to trust your teammates, get out and run. What's there? Nothing's there. Boom, set it out. Okay, elbow. Okay, boom, he pops. Nothing's there. Now we're down to butter clock. That's where they're special at. But if you don't allow yourself to get there, now you find yourself in a world of trouble versus a really good defensive team. And what I'm saying, you have to spend energy to do that. That ain't easy. There's trust involved in that. There's a lot of different things that involve. It sounds easy, but from somebody who did it my whole life, that ain't easy, man. Because these guys are physical. They're letting them touch you. All of a sudden you get in your feelings because I don't want to be touched, and I'm about to show you I got game. We can't get personal like that. Let it do what it do. Get out and run. If it's there, great. If it's not, set up something. It could be simple. It could just be a drag. As soon as the drag starts, kick the ball ahead, still nothing. Call somebody into a go screen in the last 8 seconds, and we got 2 of the best ISO players in the league. Bang.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate y'all.